Guess you're not supposed to dance to this, are you?
Not unless you can do a mean gavotte.
Is that anything like a foxtrot?
Wouldn't it be nice if we had a string quartet at our wedding?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with string quartets? Or weddings?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There are these strange bleeps in my radar screen that show me a man that I thought I knew very well, fleeing at the very mention of upcoming nuptials.
Julie, I told you, the music's fine. If you like it, it's fine with me. I'm not good with details. I'll call you if I'm going to be late. Well, look who's here. It's Big Sister, and I'll bet she knows just a bucket load about string quartets. Hello, Augusta, darling. You're looking ravishing.
Just don't embarrass us both, Mason. Next, you'll be trotting out your high school French.
Au revoir, ladies.
Julia, it is not the end of the world. You are brilliant, beautiful. You will have men at your feet before you know it. You always have.
What are you babbling about, Augusta?
Won't say I told you so either, because it's already too painful. Now sit down.
I don't want to sit. I'll stand. And if this is another attack on Meison, I already know it all by heart, kind of like the Pledge of Allegiance.
You're not going to be so glib when you hear what I have to tell you, what I saw with my own eyes.
What is it now?
That man who just kissed my hand has been giving his lips quite a workout. Are you curious? I went to Johnny's last night. Meison was there, and so was Gina.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been a year since my last confession. And since then, I've been troubled by certain thoughts, violent thoughts. Now, I know they're wrong, Father, but I just can't help them.
Are they directed towards somebody you know?
No, different people. Not the same person.
When you find yourself wishing to do harm to these people, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
In your mind, you're creating situations in which you carry out this revenge, or whatever it is.
Yes, Father.
Have you tried just talking through your differences with these people?
No. No, that's not possible.
I don't understand.
It's just not possible. I can't talk to them.
You are not planning to make these violent thoughts a reality, are you?
No.
Well, then I suggest you fill your time with some good work. I think perhaps you have too much time alone, and that's when these negative thoughts intrude. If you can just find a new positive outlet and focus on that, I think that might dispel these negative thoughts. Is that all?
Yes, Father.
Elliot, did you see somebody leaving?
No. Am I interrupting something?
No. Come on in. Come on in. Please, join me.
I'm not very good at praying, you know.
Well, that's all right. Then we won't pray.
I know it seems kind of strange coming from a guy in my situation. You know, no atheists in foxholes and all that. But I always figured if there really was a God, he wouldn't put much stock in the sudden panic-ridden conversions of the terminally doomed, you know. Churches are nice, though.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not, they're peaceful. It's kind of like the opposite of hospitals.
Hadn't thought of it that way.
I've heard that priests are always at home in churches, even when they're kids. Is that true?
I know I always was. I wasn't too at home in my home. My parents didn't get along very well. My dad was a little difficult. I don't think I was exactly the kind of son he had in mind, either.
What did he have in mind?
I'm not sure. But it certainly wasn't a dreamy, kind of sensitive kid who found baseball boring. When my mom took me to church, I felt accepted. Here was a father who loved me for who I was.
The God who put this in his car.
You said yourself Кейн was the only one who knew that hiding place.
So what are you saying? He's the one? One of our closest friends, we thought we knew him so well, he actually murdered his fiancée, he raped you and 2 other women, he terrorized your sister?
Let's stop it. Look, what are we supposed to...
I found this in the wheel well of your car. Now, how do you suppose it got there?
I've arranged for Dr. Clark to look in on you. He's from the clinic next door. But that doesn't mean that I'm leaving your care. I want you to call me whenever you want. I'm going to keep close tabs on you.
It's okay, as long as I can take my walk.
You mean outside?
So I got here, one foot in front of the other, inhaling the first fresh air I've had in weeks.
Yeah, but you were lucky. That's much too much exertion for you in your
Don't
condition.
be such a doctor. I'm just going across the street.
To the park?
Yeah, I'm going to go sit on the bench and come in with the pigeons.
Okay, you'll be back in
Say it,
half an
Doc.
hour. Half an hour. Remember, half an hour. You wearing a watch?
You'd say that to me. You wearing a watch?
Oh, you never were. That another reason you fled to Mother Church, Michael? Constant nagging from a father who couldn't love you just for being who you are?
I'm sorry you heard that. That was out of context.
Why? It's how you feel.
We were very different. You tried to relate to me by remembering how it was for you when you were a kid. It didn't work that often.
It wasn't so much that you were unlike me. It's that
I was so much like Mom. Why were you so hard on her? All she ever wanted to do was please you, and all she ever seemed to do was offend you.
That's true. It's just that we were so young when we met. I wanted to get away from my beginnings, to explore, to discover things, you know, to be famous. And all she wanted to do was put down roots. So after we were married, it's kind of like she had been torn away from everything that was meaningful to her.
She loved her old neighborhood. She loved her old friends. What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to get away from her. Whenever I looked at her, I could see that accusation in her eyes. Why isn't this okay for you? Why are you ashamed? Because Grandpa, her father, because Grandpa can hardly speak English. She punished me in her own way. She retreated into her silence. Remember how quiet she was?
I can see how that would make the two of you grow apart.
I know how much you loved her. She adored you. But after a while, there just wasn't anything left for us.
I can see that explains why you left her, but I don't understand why you left me.
Because I thought that you would be happier, both of you, if you stayed with her. You obviously gave each other things that I couldn't provide you.
That wasn't made too clear at the time.
Well, I really couldn't have spelled it out to a young boy like that, could I? You wouldn't have understood a word I said.
Maybe not, but you could have come back when I was older. You could have tried to explain.
I'm trying now.
Thank you very much. He just came back from the cleaners.
Oh, they belong to Augusta. I'll take them up to her later.
She planning on attending the inauguration or what? These are some pretty high-rent threads here.
Oh, she loves to cause attention. She thinks every time she goes up for a quart of milk, someone's going to take her picture and put it in the society column or something.
What do you want to bet she picked this stuff up in Europe? You don't even see this stuff here anymore.
How would you know?
When I shop, I keep my eyes open. I look in other departments. So shoot me.
No, I think that's your job, sweetheart.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's just a little joke, that's all. You know, the black shirts, the white ties, the gun. Yeah, just a little comment on your image is all.
Oh, I got an image.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Tough guy, wise man.
I think you mean wise guy.
Whatever.
Let me ask you something. What kind of wise guy am I if I don't have a beautiful babe on my arm?
Oh, I probably have one stashed away somewhere.
Not yet.
Oh, well, I don't know.
You were right in frame. Augusta's over there right now filling little sister's head full of stories about Mason's wicked, wicked ways. What's she wearing? Huh?
I knew Augusta couldn't resist. Well, she ought to have Julia totally programmed by the time that wedding rolls around.
Wedding hell. Wouldn't surprise me if Julia gave Mason the old heave-ho today.
You know I didn't put it there. Who did? I don't know. That's not gonna get it, is it?
What do you want me to do, make something up? I don't know. The same guy who planted the towel, the same guy who is getting his jollies watching me take the rap for all of this. Кейн, when you told me about this hiding place, you remember in Mexico you told me about this? You said it was a secret. Who else did you tell about it? For God's sake, man, you know how this is gonna look? It looks like you asked me to sell the car because you wanted to get rid of this.
For the money.
My God, Cruz, if I was trying to get rid of evidence, you think I'd give it to you? Well, why not? You know, you didn't think that I'd have any reason to look in the wheel. Well, I wouldn't. How did you know there was going to be a flat I'd have to change?
I didn't know there would be a flat. The only person who knew that is the person who punctured the tire so that you'd look there.
What? Good God. You know, I don't know who else in the world is going to believe this but me. I have no choice but to turn this thing over to the lab. What else am I going to do?
Who's out there? Oswald? Some of your goons? Come on. Huh? You sell tickets in the lounge? Huh? Here! This is what you want! Hey, that what you want? Hey, come on, get out! Hey, get out! Get out here, boy! I didn't go out and look for it! What
Yeah.
are you doing, Kane?
You okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I found this in the wheel well of Kane's car.
Well, that about wraps it up, doesn't it?
I want to go home.
I'm sorry. I'll take it. I'm sorry.
I don't know about you two, but I feel like a celebration. You're always in the mood for a celebration, cowboy. Your liver must look like a giant yellow rose of Texas. Gonna take that to mean that you don't want to join me in a little libation, Paisan? It's a little too early for me. I'll take these upstairs. It's okay, Gina?
No, it's all right. You don't need to do that.
No, I don't mind. Catch you later. Boy, he looks lower than a brewed sow at holiday ham time. What's his problem?
I don't know. It's been acting kind of weird. I certainly hope it's nothing serious.
Ooh, I'll tell you what's serious.
What?
We out of brandy. I better haul my butt down to the liquor store and restock. Won't be but a minute. Oh. second thought, maybe I better haul my butt into the nearest closet.
Why? What's the matter?
There's a lady charging up the driveway with fire in her eyes, and I believe she's looking for me.
Well, you just keep out of sight.
I'm out of here.
I'll take care of it. Hello, Julia.
He feels sorry for you because of what happened to Keith. You're playing into it, and I'd like you to stop.
What on earth?
If you want to do business with him, you do it in his office, or you don't do it at all.
Well, I don't know exactly what kind of a business you're referring to.
Were you together at Johnny's?
Oh, that.
Mason mentioned that he's helping you with something.
Stocks. I need to make some investments, and Mason's advising me.
I see. Well, I thought it was legal advice, a divorce of some sort.
Oh, that too.
For future reference, stockbrokers are under S. Attorneys are under A.
What's under J, Julia? Jealous fiancés?
I came by here to ask you to stay away from Mason. You're a big girl. You can find another source for financial advice.
Well, I hate to disillusion you, but Mason came to me. He asked me if there was anything he could do for me. Any little thing at all.
Oh, lady, girl.
She hit me first.
No need to get physical.
I think you should get out of here.
What are you doing here?
I can't help you if you won't tell me what happened.
Help me anyway.
I saw Cruz and Eden leaving as I pulled up. Did you talk to them?
I don't want to talk about Cruz and Eden.
Why not, Кейн? I thought they were your friends.
So did I.
Кейн, what happened?
Why don't you ask them? They'll tell you. Or ask him. He'll give you the whole play-by-play.
I don't want to hear it from anyone else. I want to hear it from you.
Cruz, find something, okay? A ski mask, just like the one the rapist wears. Only, lo and behold, it's in my car. In a place nobody knows about but me. So now it's at the lab, and everybody's waiting to match hair and blood. I guess the next step is just to polish up the old gas chamber, and I'll just strap myself in.
Don't you think you're making a lot of assumptions?
No, I'm not making any assumptions, lady. Other people are making assumptions. My two best friends in all the world are making assumptions that can only be thought of as unthinkable. I want to go back to myself.
Кейн, give yourself a chance.
Well, if I do, I'll be the only one. Get me out of here.
And what else could you do? You had to turn the mask over to Boswell. You couldn't suppress evidence.
Yeah. I tell you, I never stabbed a man in the back before, but I think I know now what his face would look
You're
like.
his friend. I'm his friend. You have done everything you could to help him.
Well, it hasn't been enough, has it? I mean, what the hell is the matter if we're his friend if we can't... Hello?
Hi, Cruz, it's Heather.
Hi, Heather.
You know, I've just spent the last hour with Кейн, and, he just
Refuses to talk to me. He's despondent and...
Well, you know, I don't know what else I can do. I mean, we've been over and over this. There's never anything to grab onto. It's just like we always come up with more unanswered questions.
Are you convinced, Cruz, that he's the man you're looking for?
I'm not convinced of that at all, no.
Well, then, you know, maybe you should come back and talk to him. He's slipping away.
Way into a world all of his own, and I hate to say this, Cruz, but you may be the only one who can help him.
Got a message for you. Don't you want to know who it's from? Lydia Saunders. That tape she was going to run.
The one where you plead your case to the people of Santa Barbara. Somebody lifted it, put a blank in its place. It's a hell of a shame.
Get out.
I called Meyson because when you were passed out for more than 5 minutes, I got worried, so I called Meyson at the office.
And I rushed right over.
I was a little woozy for maybe 30 seconds. Folks, certainly not time for anyone to make a phone call.
Oh, no, it was over an hour you were out for.
Julia, what time was it when you got here?
Around noon. Don't treat me like I'm an idiot.
Look at the clock. It's after 1.
Let's get you home. I want you to lie down.
Will you stop babying her? She's gonna be okay.
Yeah, no thanks to you. When you called me, you told me that she'd fainted. You neglected to mention the fact that you'd punched her lights out.
Well, she hit me first. Oh, thanks. I'm gonna get you. No, I could have left her just lying there on the floor and not told anybody about it.
I tell you what, Gina. The next time you come visit us, we'll return the favor, huh? Of course, you won't mind if we whop you upside the head first. Come on, Julia.
Doctor? I'd almost given up on you.
Well, I wasn't going to come, and then at the last minute, I don't know.
I think I do. You love your boy.
No, Doctor, I did love my boy when he was still just a boy. But then the time came for him to become a man, and he couldn't do that.
I was 16. You see, my father taught in the same school that I went to, Earth Science. I wasn't in his class, though, thank God. It was hard enough just being in the same school. Someone had sense enough not to put me in his class. And that's when I ended up with Mr. Kenyon. And that's when I first started really learning about myself. It was crazy, because I was like a manic depressive. I was suddenly intensely happier than I'd ever been my whole life, and at the same time intensely terrified that someone would find out why.
Well, I guess we all have our own definition of what it is to be a man. But if your conception of manhood includes courage and heart and guts, then I've seen all those qualities in Elliot from the get-go. He walked away from this hospital yesterday, 2 miles. You haven't seen him in how long is it?
About 3 years, maybe less.
How much did he weigh then?
I don't know, 160, 165.
He doesn't come anywhere close to that right now. This disease is relentless and cruel, and it's wasting his body, but it hasn't touched his soul. By all rights, he should have been flat on his back. When I saw him this morning, he wasn't. Your son was smiling. He was making jokes. You know why he walked away from here yesterday? Because he wanted to go and sit in a park for the sheer pleasure of being outdoors. And if that isn't dying like a man, boy, I don't know what is.
One day, my father came home after school a couple hours after I did, and I knew right away that something was wrong. He sat me down in the living room, and he told me that Mr. Kenyon had been fired. He said he couldn't explain the reason to me. It was unspeakable. But that it had something to do with Mr. Kenyon and a male student. And then he asked me if I understood what he was talking about. I couldn't speak. I think I shrugged or something, I don't know, but he grabbed me by the shoulders and he asked me again. And I was dying. I was choking on a sob that was going to come out whether I wanted to or not.
I know what it is to have hopes and ambitions for a son who decides to take another road.
You have a son?
Yeah, I wanted him to be a doctor, or at least a man of science. I mean, if I couldn't win the Nobel, my son Michael would do it for me. But he chose to spend his life in quiet service, with no hope of recognition. Family? No family. No children to carry on. All those things that I thought were so important, he rejected. And I gotta tell you, I did not take it gracefully.
People can change, Elliot. They can turn a corner when you least expect it.
Not my father.
That's what I would have said, not my father. It's like you leaving the hospital. Suddenly you're not planning it, but you just get sick of the box you're stuck in, and you just tear down the wall and you go outside and take a walk, and you suddenly see something you didn't see before. That your father is human. That he got dealt a hand that he was unprepared for, and he just shut down. He backed away. But being human means you can change.
Whatever you decide, I just want you to know that I've been proud to know your son, and grateful. Because responding to his need has made me conscious of how much I still want to be a father. I just hope I still have the chance.
You've got a lot more courage than I've ever had. You've proven that by the way you fought this. If you're this strong, why not give your dad another chance?
Looks like he's stabilized. He'll probably sleep for a while. Well, I guess he's gonna be all right.
Thank God.
You probably shouldn't talk for a while.
That's okay, that can wait.
Well, I want to thank you both for everything. I really mean it.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what went through my mind when I saw him there? How close I came to the same thing.
Oh, Cruz.
I mean it. If I hadn't had you to think about while I was locked up, I'm not sure I could have resisted the temptation.
Cruz, you ready to tell me why you decided to release a prisoner under a phony ID?
Yeah. I have arranged for a statement to be issued to the press. It will say that Кейн Garber was released from custody after bail was posted.
I still don't get it.
I'll explain it. Once the man we're looking for hears that Кейn has been released, he'll probably try to do something to turn suspicion back on Кейn.
That's provided the rapist and Кейn are two different people.
Like I've told you before, Victor, I know that's the case. If and when this man tries to contact us, I expect you to join me in pushing for Mr. Garver's release. We'll be home if you need us. Let's go.
Hey, Augusta. How's life in the fast lane?
Mr. Tagliati, we have to talk.
Sure. What do you want to talk about? Books, art, fashion? What's your pleasure?
Hygiene, dental in particular.
Oh, well, I just flossed.
I am speaking of your toothpaste. This morning when I went to wash my face, there was your toothpaste lying in the sink, half squeezed, dripping like an open sore. Hasn't anyone ever told you about putting the cap back on?
I always put the cap back on.
Oh, I think that was me. I think it was my toothpaste.
Well, of course. I should have known.
I don't think she likes me.
I don't think she likes anybody. She didn't even like her own husband.
Oh, husband. He called.
Oh, Lionel?
No, Keith, I think. Yeah, Keith.
My husband Keith called.
Is there an echo in here?
He said he called back at 5.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Oh, Bunny, thank you. Thank you so much.
I went over there because I'm tired of being put on the defensive about you and Gina.
What do you mean, me and Gina?
You were seen at Johnny's, Meyson, once again. I don't know what your fascination is with that place. However, I would appreciate it if you insist on hanging out with Gina, that you do it at your office and not in public places to save me the embarrassment. Or better yet, don't see her at all.
Well, I've tried to explain the bind she's been in since Keith left.
And I am trying to understand why you feel that you should take her out of this bind. But let's talk about something else for a minute. You see, we have a wedding that is coming up in just a matter of days. And we have a million things to do, and usually people are inseparable at this particular time. They're closer than ever, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why on earth you choose this particular time to become soulmates with Gina.
Actually, I think the timing makes a lot of sense.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. For the first time, I'm finally realizing just how lucky we are to have each other.
So you spend every free moment that you have with someone else?
Now, come here. Just listen for a minute. Now, I know that Gina is no prize, and neither is Keith. But they had something, Julia. I mean, their marriage was weird in a lot of ways, but by God, they did love each other. And now she's totally lost without him. And I think that's why I feel sorry for her. For the first time, I'm able to understand her pain. Because she feels exactly the way I would if anything happened to you.
Now you listen to me. One would think, anyone would think, that I'd be stupid to believe anything you've been saying to me for the past 2 months. But I am stupidly and blindly in love with you. And I'm choosing to believe you because I want to. And because I need to. And because I want to be your wife more than I want anything in this world.
And you want that wedding. And you still want that string quartet, don't you? And I want to ask you for that first dance in front of everybody.
My dad said they're driving right over, so they should be here any second.
Still don't know what I'm going to say to him when I see him.
I don't think it really matters what you say. Just feel what it's like being together with him again.
The doctor here says you left the hospital under your own steam.
Yeah, I got a little tired of the cream spinach, you know. And plus, no cable TV.
Elliot, if I had known...
It's okay. I didn't want you to know.
But I am your father. If you'll let me be.
I'll let you buy me some peanuts. That's okay. There's a couple pigeons across the street been waiting since lunch. I'd hate to disappoint them.
Sure. You lead the way.
All that wasted time.
I don't want to waste any more time, Dad. How about you?
Be careful, Julia. I'm gonna break your heart. What? Sorry, I must have been dreaming. I'm gonna go, catch a shower before I sleep right through supper.
That's dirty poo, partner.
What is?
Trying to warn her like that. You just mind your own business, counselor.
I believe we had an agreement. Julia's mine in bed, and I can say anything I want to her, especially if it'll keep her from being ill-used by a snake like you.
I thought you were going to take a shower.
I had to tell you something first.
What? When was you awake?
Well, the wedding's almost here.
Right?
And with the wedding, you get a honeymoon.
Hope so.
And the honeymoon is special. It should be, with a wedding night and all.
What?
Well, the best way to make it special is, anticipation. Build-up, you know.
No, I don't know.
I don't think we should sleep together. Not until the wedding night.
I wonder what it is about this time of day.
What?
It's just moving around so much. It was like this last night, too.
I think she's got that flutter kick down pat. Going for the gold and the butterfly, no doubt.
Just wonder why it is at night.
Well, she's entitled to her own rhythm. She can't be expected to go in tandem with us all the time.
Yeah, I know. I just hope it's not because I get scared at night. Because I think about what happened and maybe can sense it in some way, you know?
Oh, no, darling, I don't think that's the case. You know? Hello?
I'd like to talk to Eden. It's been a long time. Eden doesn't want to talk to you anymore. From now on, you want to talk, you talk to me. I don't think you want to do that.
No, no. From now on, I make the rules.
So I make the rules, pal. Unless you don't have enough work to do already, Inspector. Maybe you'd like another rape to investigate.
Tonight, hold on to your nightsticks for the blockbuster movie comedy Police Academy. Then, Crockett becomes a hired gun and builds a drug empire in an all-new Miami Vice.